And beginning the breathing anchor, allowing yourself to settle and soften. And as you do this, I'm going to read a poem to start. It's The Song of March by Patricia L. Sisko. With winter's footprints in the past, and snows begin to melt at last, with longer days and shorter nights, the wayward winds of March take flight. 4 winds she holds within her grip and hurls them from her fingertip. Her woolly, fleecy clouds of white she sets in skies of blue delight. Her wild bouts of gusty breezes roar through valleys, hills, and trees. That high-pitched whistling song she sings awakens earth and flowering things. She tears a hole in heaven's sky so sun can shine and rain can cry. She gently calms as spring draws near, as blooming daffodils appear. She welcomes April showers in, then gathers up her dwindling winds. Now her long journey home begins, knowing she'll be back this way upon a cold late winter's day, when nights grow short and days grow long. Listen for her whistling song. And we certainly had a sense of spring in the last few days. Well, a week of blue skies and sunshine, and a very grateful reappearance of those today. See if you can feel that warmth. Maybe that sense of settling. I invite you to rest upon the surface that you are on. It might be a chair, it might be a bed. Notice those points of contact. Are they hard or soft? Do they feel giving, flexible? Are they ruckled? Be curious. Perhaps you can advise your body that this is a gift to yourself. So reassure, you do not need to be anywhere else or doing anything else. This is the time you've chosen. So when you feel the straining against settling, because we're also used to being on the ball, being on guard, getting ready, reassure your body. Feel how gravity brings you down quite naturally. Rest into its pull. Feel how your body will settle and soften. Notice how your body actually probably aches to rest if given the chance. Rest into the surfaces you feel. Remember that the bed or the chair's job is to support you. Rest down, releasing, letting go. Gravity is your friend. And every time you feel that impatient resistance, rest again and again into the pull of gravity. Let your body rest. And as you rest as best as you can, remember there is no perfect way to do this. There is your way, and it will be sufficient. Let yourself notice your awareness of your toes. The feeling of your feet. The soles of your feet, your heels resting either flat or on the edges. Feel your ankle joints, your calves and shins. Allow your awareness to come up into your knees. How do the knee joints feel right now? Into your thighs. Big bones, big muscles, are they resting or are they on guard? Is there a sense of allowing them to settle just a little? The feeling of your sitting bones. Perhaps the weight of your pelvic bowl resting down or back. All of the front of you. All of the back of you. Your arms and your hands. The feel of your shoulders. The length of your neck. The weight and the shape of your head, either resting in space or on a pillow. This general awareness of the connection from the top of your head right down to the tips of your toes, all of your body resting. And as you rest into this body of yours, can you bring your attention to the feeling of the breath that moves in your body, the flow of it expanding and letting go? This movement that arrives completely unbidden again and again. Where do you feel it? Where does it show up so you know that you are breathing? Be curious. Can you feel how the breath starts deep within and spreads out throughout the whole body, right to the very edges of your skin? It has a movement of opening and letting go, of expanding and subsiding. Where do you feel this right now? Be kindly curious. This breath of yours is your friend. It befriends and embraces all of your body. Drop your kindness and compassion into its movement. Let yourself feel the wide expanse and the letting go. Perhaps at the front of you, perhaps at the back of you, the sides of you. Maybe the air at your nose that is drawn in down into the lungs, embraced, and out again. Can you feel how the breath rocks and cradles you? Can you notice how each breath arrives? Irrespective of rate or depth or speed, you do not need to change your breathing. Your body knows how to breathe. It's been doing it quite a while. So see if you can rest into its flow, into each unique breath, arriving and leaving, again and again and again. Now, just coming forward to notice the breath in a little more detail. If you soften your belly, you might feel that the breath, the air, drops a little deeper, and your tummy stretches a little higher. Or maybe the waistband tightens and loosens. How does this feel right now? And if you come up to that space between your belly and chest, the midriff, the solar plexus area, in there, the diaphragm muscle deep inside is like a stretched drum skin, side to side, back to front. It stretches. And as it stretches and you breathe in, it drops down, massaging the organs, pushing out the belly and chest. And as you breathe out, it rises back up and your belly and chest go in. This amazing muscle, present since you took your first breath, breathing in and breathing out. And up into your chest. Can you feel perhaps the dome of ribs coming round from the sides to the breastbone, the collarbone? And as you breathe in, the dome rises, the lungs have expanded beneath. And then as you breathe out, the lungs deflate and the dome of ribs drop. This movement of flow, of rising and falling, again and again and again. Each breath, each movement different. Each movement of breathing unique. How does this feel for you? And have you found your thoughts have interrupted you? They usually do because, well, that's the mind's job. When you notice this, that's a magic moment of mindfulness because you're coming out of your busy head, noticing, perhaps giving the thoughts labels like planning, worrying, procrastinating, judging, evaluating, criticizing. And now that you've given them a space, you can let them go. A bit like the breath, if we don't hang on to them, they come and they go all by themselves. Coming up to your shoulders. How do they feel at the moment? They too move with the breath, but are often stuck like a coat hanger. Can you let your shoulders just move away from your neck just a little bit, perhaps allowing them to roll down or back just a smidge, creating space in the top of your chest. And the breath grows deeper and wider, even just a little. Coming to all of your back. How does it feel? It has movement like the front, but not so usually noticed. The spine, the rib cage, the shoulder blades all move with the breath, changing against the points of contact. What does this feel like? Be curious. And deep in the small of your back, you might notice kind of gathering of the muscles. A bit like when we gather the belly in, that inhibits our breathing. When we gather the back in, tighten, hold, this too inhibits our breath. So can you soften into your lower back? That feeling of releasing, softening, even just a little. What does that feel like? And if you soften your lower belly now, keep your lower back soft, you might notice that the breath goes deeper, wider. And you may feel down in the pelvic floor a reflexive softening, an echo of this movement of the breath. It's nothing of the muscles that you're doing. It is a reflexive softening as the breath comes in and the breath goes out in your rhythm. All of the breath filling all of the front of you, all of the sides of you, all of the back of you. This rolling wave of movement. And noticing the air at your nose, maybe your mouth, being drawn in, down through your throat, embraced in your lungs and out again. If you soften your lower jaw just a little, the space for the air widens in your mouth, at the top of your throat, through your throat. And the breath grows deeper, if possible. And resting into this breathing of yours, this breath that suffuses your body with kindness, with a warm, compassionate embrace, softening and soothing into whatever it finds. For a few moments, rest into this awareness. Allow this awareness to be your friend. Breathing in and breathing out. It is perhaps this feeling of knowing the breath is always with you, always of comfort and holding, if we let it, that you might like to take forward with you into the rest of your day. And as we begin to close this practice, allowing your awareness now to expand, to include any noises you can hear, the feel of the surfaces beneath you, perhaps the light on your eyelids, maybe a taste or smell. And in a moment, when you're ready, begin to move slowly and gently. Open your eyes as we go into the next part of the day.